Top 10 e-bikes under $1,000 in 2024? Let's go. Number 10 is the Nacto Camel, the full-sized e-bike with all the fixings for just $549. You even get a plastic basket. Now, I can't promise how long it'll last, but for about $500, I mean, it's still a pretty good deal. Jumping up on the list, you get a huge level of quality from here on out. Let's check out number 9, the NCM C5. It's got sleek looks, aggressive handlebars, and an internal battery to boot. The front headlight is a nice touch, and I really dig that paint. I wish I had a little more in components, but we're only getting started. These are only the first 2 bikes on this year's list, and it only gets better. My name is Mikey. I have worked in e-bikes for well over 10 years, and all of that expertise is coming up right now because you're watching Blue Monkey Bicycles, your electric bike and silliness headquarters. Now let's keep going. Should I bring in the fanfare? Let's bring in the fanfare. This electric bike is the CTI from GoTrax. Now, it's actually a pretty basic bike. You really can't get around that. You do have a couple of frame options, and to my delight, this is the first bike on the list that has disc brakes, of which everything else from here on out absolutely has them. Let's check out number 7 on the list of top 10, the Propella 7S version 4 XR. Now, Propella has been at the affordable e-bike game for quite a long time, so it's not really a surprise that they're on here. We've got a Shimano Altus derailleur, a decent seat, and those color-matched wheels are pretty nice. Now, speaking of color-matched, let's take a look at number 6. This bike is called the Around the Block 500. Now, what makes this awesome is the color and frame options. It's got color-matched fenders and a rack, and I can't get over how perfectly they named this bike. Now, this is from a company called 630, and they have a ton of other options. I had to just pick one because, well, they're all really similar in terms of specs. Now, let's change gears and do a mini bike. At number 5, we have the Happy Run Tank G50. I'm actually pretty surprised. They got a 48-volt, 18-amp-hour battery in there, complete with solid wheels and a display that I would describe as hideous.
What is this thing? Some kind of weapon?
Now, with dual suspension to boot, this is amazing for the price. But there's actually one more mini bike on the list that beat them out. Let's take a look at number 4. This is the Aventon Solterra 2. Now, I really wanted to put the Aventon brand name higher because they have amazing value for pretty much every bike in their lineup, but this sub $1,000 full-size category, it's got some stiff competition. The Solterra is still a sleek and amazing bike. I got to ride one. It's got turn signals, integrated lights, integrated LG battery pack, a sleek display, and the torque sensor feels amazing. But this next bike, I didn't think was possible for the price point. By the way, we've got more lists coming, including our top 10 affordable folding bike list, because everything on this list that you're watching now, they're all full-size bikes, so there is more to come if you subscribe to the channel. So here comes the top 3 affordable e-bikes for 2024. Number 3 is the Engwe M20. This is another mini bike that's fairly similar to the earlier one. It's got solid wheels, a big headlight, but the Engwe has a smaller battery. Now, you might wonder why that's a good thing. They compensate for this with hydraulic disc brakes, which I think are a must for heavier bikes such as this. You also have a dual battery upgrade that is possible for just a couple $100. Number 2 was also a surprise because the appearance is rather dated, but by golly, it has the gear. This is the Ad Motors City Pro E53. Someone probably designed this some 10 years ago, but this bike has a 48-volt, 20-amp-hour Samsung battery with hydraulic brakes, comfy seat, and all of the commuter gear. Fenders, lights, turn signals, rack, even name brand reflective tires, and an obnoxious horn. Now, if you don't mind the older components like the bolt-on battery and the air-cooled controller, then this is really good. The Mach-Wheel Mesa Lite 2.0. This bike was able to eke out the number 1 spot because it really has it all and keeps the weight down with the looks high. Now, the Mesa Lite is similar in features to the Aventon, but it adds in all the commuter gear that was missing. The battery is not as long-lasting as the previous Ad Motor entry, but I would totally give it up, because being excited to go on a ride is sometimes more important then how far you can possibly go. Now, I've got a lot of electric bike goodness on this channel. You can check out this playlist for the top 10 bikes by category, or you can support the channel directly on Patreon. I'm Mikey for Blue Monkey Bicycles, and I will see you on later.